Welcome back, socialites, to another episode, Sordward and Shielbert Spectacular Podcast, episode 26. We got a fun one today. Joined by a couple of the coaches this season, a new coach coming up next season. We're going to break down the first seasonal all-star game for the society, and then we're going to go over some of the playoff matches that happened earlier this week. So without further ado, let me introduce the coaches that are joining us. We got Chris, future coach of the Diamond Desert Dwellers. Chris, how's it going?
Oh, it's great. Glad to be a part of this podcast today.
Awesome. Good to have you, my friend. We'll let you kind of give a shout out and a plug in a little bit. Let me introduce, though, the greatest coach of all time. Here again, joining us, it's Andrew, head coach Perry Saint-Germignon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The one who I will not use my bench because
right.
I am the greatest coach.
Doesn't need a bench.
I like hard mode. I like to play this on
hard mode only. He only brings 5 Pokemon.
Pretty much. Because one of them usually dies in one hit because I sack them. So.
That's all right. That's called strategy.
Yeah.
Willing sacrifices. And of course, Ali, head coach of the mighty Psyducks, the heart and soul of the society. How's it going, Ali?
Pretty good. I am actually the coach that doesn't remember who's on his bench most weeks. So there you go.
Ali, you never brought Braviary all season. Can I just point that out?
I remembered I had Braviary.
My boy was not brought all season. Like, that's what you needed. That's what you needed. But we'll get to your playoff games later.
Okay.
All right. Without further ado, I'm going to let Chris, our new coach, joining us in season 4. Chris, you're a fellow Poketuber. You have your own channel. Those who want to check Chris out after they watch this, the link will be down below. Definitely give him a watch, but I'm going to let you talk about what your channel's all about, future plans, everything. Take this time, sell it to the people.
What's going on, guys? So like he said, I've got my own Pokemon Poketuber account. You can find me on YouTube as Chrisellaneous. So I do a little bit of miscellaneous content, primarily structured around Pokemon. My most committed, I guess you could say, kind of content here is going to be Pokemon Go. So if you have any interest in seeing what's going on in the Pokemon Go world, any updates, any shinies that are out there, anything like that, I'm your go-to guy. We're about to hit 50 subscribers, so I've been really pleased with the engagement I've had from the audience.
To 50.
Yeah, we got to get there, guys. We can make it happen. So I'm very excited about that. And recently I've made some upgrades to my equipment, and we have started doing Pokemon Sword DLC, the Crown Tundra. We're doing a walkthrough, and I've made sure not to watch anybody else or a playthrough. I don't want to say I can walk anybody through that. But we're doing a playthrough, and I haven't watched anybody else do it, so you guys are getting my first reactions watching that playthrough. So forgive me when I get lost, because that has already happened. And then the only other thing I really want to say, because the channel will speak for itself a little bit, is pretty soon we're going to be doing a giveaway. So if you're somebody who's interested in Pokemon Go, once we get to that 100 subscriber mark, what I'm going to do is go out and buy one of these Pokemon Go, I think it's called a gotcha watch. It essentially allows you to play Pokemon Go with your app closed or your phone away, so you can still, be in person with people. So we will be giving one of those away, and I'll have a full announcement thing. But
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so the sooner we get there, the sooner you guys can have a possibility of getting that. So with that being said, if you guys have some time, want to check out my content, I'd really appreciate it. But right now, I am preparing to join I'm preparing to be a part of the next season of the Draft League sorry.
Just say 5S.
Yeah, 5S.
Don't get tongue-tied.
I know, right? That's my problem. I know what it is, but I feel like I'm going to Anyway, we're preparing to get more into the competitive scene of Pokemon Sword because I did the original game. I'm loving the DLC, and I've done the PvP in Pokemon Go, but I want to experience something different, so I'm getting ready to do that next season.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're really happy to have you, Chris. I've enjoyed watching your content. I've jumped into a couple of your live streams too when I have a moment, when not like running around.
Right.
But it'll be awesome to have you. You'll be joining our new minors division, which will have like a few less teams, 8 compared to 16, but it's gonna be more geared to those like yourself, kind of getting into the competitive format. We'll have like slightly different rule sets, a little different like Pokemon you can choose, etc. But we'll kind of like hash those fine details out. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. I definitely know a few of our coaches who are currently in the society are excited to try the new minor league because they felt like either it's like a skill or a time gap that they have against like the other coaches. They don't have as much time to prepare. They don't have the same skill set or the Pokemon, so they're excited to be on a more even playing field against other I don't want to say like beginners, but just like people learning the ropes and kind of let that push people up into the majors and beyond there. So I think it'll be really fun to have this minors division. But awesome to have you, Chris. Thanks for joining us on the podcast too. It's always great to have a new face, new coaches. Really awesome. And all of our subscribers, you heard Chris say he's pushing for that 100 sub giveaway. We have over 100 subs, so go down in the description, click on his video. You can pause this one, click on it now. I don't want you to forget, and then give him a sub. If he reaches 100 subs after this week, I'll do my own giveaway too, or we'll throw something extra on there for the people if we can get him to 100 subs this week. But
Double
anyway,
giveaway, guys.
Yeah, it's easy. It's 2 button clicks. What are you doing with your life? Obviously, you're just watching people ramble about Pokemon. Can't be that important. Calling shots here. But anyway, so guys, we got our first ever. I tried to do this last season, but I couldn't get another coach and timing commitments. And by the time I found somebody who could do it with me, it was like too far down the line. But we have our first ever all-star game. We took the top 12 teams, took their top Pokemon representative from each of their teams, threw them kind of randomly onto the team so that neither one would be generally overpowered or whatever. And we slammed heads, red team and blue team, the society at war. And we're going to break down this all-star game. We're going to have Ali on play-by-play.
Yep, natural selection.
That's like the commissioner is going to be your color commentary. I'll throw in a couple interesting facts for Pokemon being sent out. And then we got Chris doing sideline commentary for the red team and Andrew doing sideline commentary for the blue team. So with that said, let's pull these up.
Let's go, red team.
Welcome, socialites, to the first ever 5S All-Star game. We're going to be looking at red team here, representing your Boston Braviaries, Prowler, the Zeraora. Representing the Worcester Delibirds, we have Arcanine. We see there Intimidate. You can take a look at his moveset, Special Arcanine, representing Worcester. Next, we got Poltegeist representing the Montreal Milotics. People might be surprised. Urshifu Rapid Strike, the MVP candidate, not being represented, but Oliver wanted Poltegeist as his all-star. Blastoise, G-Max Blastoise, representing the Minnesota Nido Kings on the red team. One of their 2 G-Max options, always scary after Shell Smash. There's their other G-Max option, representing the Driftvale City Dragapult. We got G-Max Rillaboom. Very powerful G-Maxes here for the red team. And then we have Urshifu Single Strike, representing the Charm City Charizard. That'll round out the red team. Ali, how do you feel about the red team here?
I like the red team a lot, actually. They got some studs on there.
Ali, the blue team is here to shut you up with the Denver Ninetales representing Doug Trio. Doug Trio known for trapping Pokemon and killing them. Murder.
And looking like dirty hot dogs.
That's right. Representing the Vero Beach Volcarona, we have G-Max Cinderace. Blaze ability due to our rules to nerf him a little bit, but G-Max Cinderace ended the season as the top KO leader in the society, 17 KOs. Representing the LA Kinglers is Seismitoad, their rock setter, and all-around bulky boy. Look at those balls on his face. Those big balls all on his face. Amazing, Ali.
Yeah, I mean, they look like nipple heads to me, but I like it.
Raytheon representing the Reno Weezings, one of his fearsome offensive targets. Interesting that he didn't pick Toxapex or his Corsola, one of his great walls. What do you think, Ali?
It's baffling to me. I like...
Ali, shut up. Indeedee from Tuscaloosa is here to represent the Tuscaloosa Talonflames. Indeedee setting up the Psychic Surge, Choice Specs, powerful expanding forces. If you are not a dark type, you are going to have a bad time.
You're in deep in doo-doo.
In doo-doo. Chris, how does the red team feel after... Chris, wait, hold that. Machamp, the champion himself. G-Max Machamp is here representing PSG, Paris Saint-Germignon. So now we see the blue team here. Chris, how does the red team feel after seeing that blue team's entrance?
Our confidence seems unwavered. I only see one potential threat on the blue team, and I feel like our red team is confident in our whole team being a threat to them.
Wow, powerful statements. Andrew, we know that the blue team is watching this broadcast live. How do they feel after those comments from the red team?
Cinderace is going to take it home.
That's a bold statement. All right, Cinderace going to take it home. The KO leader. We're about to start up. Ali, I'm going to let you go with the play-by-play here.
Okay. So let's see who we start out with here. Little preview on that.
Black screen.
Black screen.
Night is always darkest before the dawn.
All right, so we're going to start out with the Drapion.
Drapion on the blue team.
Drapion on the blue. And we have Rillaboom on the red. Oh, Grassy Sarah's going on the field.
On blue side here, Drapion poison type has the type advantage on Rillaboom.
There we go. That's what we have the lab dog here for the factoids. Thank you. Now back in. I'm not seeing a lot of very effective moves here. Rillaboom seems like an odd choice. I'd probably sub him out. Oh yeah, good sub out here.
Looks like that's what the red team's thing as well, Ali. But what will they go into? Oh, the red team coach is changing his mind.
Getting crazy here. Oh, mama.
He goes for the U-turn.
Goes for a U-turn. Oh, good move. I like it. So we got
good
spikes
move.
out
Gets
from
that
Drapion.
chip damage off. Very nice.
So we have spikes out now from the blue team. And okay, let's see who red is going to go with.
Drapion is very difficult for the red team. Drapion's only super effective weakness is ground, and I don't see a lot of ground Pokemon on the red team, Ali.
No, I'm like an Arcanine right now, but I often choose wrong. So probably should never go with what I say to choose. Often go with the opposite, in fact. My record reflects that.
Could this be... We do know that Blastoise likes to come out in front of Pokemon and just smash in their face. Oh, looks like the red...
Arcanine! Yep, and they made that look like it was harder than filing taxes. So let's see what Arcanine can do out here. Poison right away from the spikes on the field. Arcanine's Intimidate ability is going to drop Drapion's attack. I'm sure everyone watching this can also read, but hey. We're a friendly podcast. We help you guys out if we got it.
There you go.
So,
ooh,
not too bad there with the poison.
From the poison.
All right. we're not on the same page here. I can deal with that amount of damage, but the pro says that's big damage, so we're gonna go big damage here.
Any damage is big damage. You're dying. You're taking damage. You're dying.
We are all slowly dying. So that's the name of my new emo band. And out with the Seismitoad.
Oh, a good switch.
RK9 going with the Scorching Sands. Probably not going to do
That's a
too much.
crit.
Oh, he got a crit! He got a crit. RK9 with the HP restore. We do have the grassy field. Seismitoad also with the HP restore. Let's see what's
And
going to
the
go on now.
leftovers.
Oh, leftovers too. This thing is like a CVS. It's healing itself up. Oh, more damage from the poison.
Ali, I just want to take a second. I want to go down to the blue side here. Andrew, the blue side, they set up those toxic spikes. Do they feel like those were necessary for our lead there?
It's definitely going to be an annoyance for the red team.
I don't see any way for red team to remove these hazards at all. Ali, looks like we got a switch out. Back to you.
Okay, so now we're back here seeing what we're going to switch out of. It looks like Poltergeist. Oh, Poltergeist it is. RK9 jumping back out. Good doggy. Out with Poltergeist. And he's going to take a little damage. Yep, a little damage. But as the commish says, any damage is too much damage. South Rock with it. Oh,
Blue
this
team
field is getting
going
treacherous.
hazard crazy. This is insane.
I
don't
this.
know. This is going to matter. This is going to matter when it comes down to it, I feel.
This is more treacherous than showing up drunk to my senior prom, boys. This is getting dangerous.
I'm going to throw it down
it's
to
hurt by
Chris on the
poison.
red sideline. Chris, how does red team feel? Now there's toxic spikes and stealth rocks on their side of the field.
Well, there some complications are to be expected. I don't think it's going to turn the tide of this battle. We do have our Poltergeist out, and I'm confident in its ability.
Ali, back to you.
Okay, well, they say pride comes before the fall. This is a treacherous field, but let's hope Chris is right here. All right, Seismitoad with the earth power. Let's see, Poltergeist hanging on for dear life. A little bit of HP restored from the grassy field. Same for Seismitoad. That's a given. Oh, poison.
Guys
Oh,
is low.
that life is just jumping up and down. It's like LeBron.
All right, does Seismitoad want to risk this Giga Drain? Does he know that the Poltergeist could have it?
I'm taking the Giga Drain if I'm Seismitoad.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a powerful statement. Let's see how it plays out.
I don't even know if I completely realize what I just said. But that happens sometimes. We're spitballing here.
Blue team is really thinking this over, though. They're debating something. They stay in. Poltergeist with the Giga Drain.
Poltergeist went with the Giga Drain. Honestly, I thought Seismitoad had Giga Drain. It's super effective. HP's going back up, and Seismitoad is down. There we go. A little Pokemon confusion here, but we're still going live. I don't know who has whose moves. So the field looks like it cleared up a little bit. I can tell because of the way it is. So
That's the first KO of the game, though.
that is the first KO of the game.
First one. Chris, down on the red sidelines, how do they feel about that KO?
We're feeling pretty good about it. Things were feeling a little hot with the toxic spikes, but the Giga Drain brought us back with that HP recovery.
All right, I'll lead back to you. What do we see here on the field now?
I see Doug Trio, a.k.a. the three-headed ground wee-wee. So, let's see. We're going to go for a Giga Drain. That could be big, a Poltergeist to do. And let's see what Doug Trio goes with.
Ooh, Doug Trio outspeeds Poltergeist even after the Shell Smash. Doug Trio known for having that choice scarf, giving it that speed boost.
So, looks like we're going to go back out with Rillaboom. Some contemplation going on here. And we're going to send him. Let's see how he does. Rillaboom taking the field, looking strong. Bit of poison now.
Poison, though, is racking up, Ollie.
Yeah, that field is still treacherous, Ryan. It is still treacherous. So we have the Grassy Surge back on the field. So people are going to start healing again. A lot like therapy. So we're going to go
Once
with
I'm gonna find out
knockoff.
the blue sideline real quick, I'll lead Andrew. How does blue feel after getting that poltergeist out of play?
It was more of a revenge kill, so they feel pretty good about that revenge.
There you go. Got a 1-for-1. Doug Trio's good for that. Back to you, Ali.
And that is a best served dish cold. I said that in the wrong order. We're spitballing here. So Doug Trio is coming back to the blue team. And out with Drapion again, the poison master himself.
Rillaboom, though, expecting the switch out, goes for the knockoff versus the Grassy Glide. So good read on Red's team, but is it too little against the Drapion?
Time will only tell. Are we going to fight here? Are we going to? Okay, so we're staying in with Rillaboom. Oh, faked me out. So let's see who he goes out with. Arcanine.
Looks like they're doing the same play from before, Ali.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't think
But
it's
there's a
gonna work.
problem, Ali. This Arcanine does not have boost.
Oh,
Takes
the
the rock
spikes.
damage.
Oh. The Intimidate's up the attack. We got a poison jab from Drapion. Is this knockout? Is this Arcanine holding on for Dela? And he's got a, what does he got there? Berry. Citrus Berry.
Citrus Berry gets Arcanine back up to a little over half. He should be over half even after the poison here, I believe. Ooh, he falls below half. That poison really does a number, Ollie.
It is strong. It is strong. Oh, he's going to go for the burn here with the Will-O-Wisp.
Interesting play there. So maybe he's
Yep.
expecting another switch out.
Well, he's just got to get some kind of status effect on him now. With the field being the way it is, he's just got to leave some kind of lingering damage. And hopefully it works out for him. Let's see how it goes here.
Chris, down the red sidelines, that Arcanine is not wearing boots. How do they feel about that?
We're a little concerned about the toxic spikes, but that Arcanine, man, he can hang in there. So we're doing the Will-O-Wisp, like Ollie called it pretty correct, to deal some sustainable damage, even if Arcanine has to bail out.
For sure. And Drapion now, its attack lowered by Intimidate and cut in half even further due to that burn. The knockoff did so little damage because Arcanine already ate its berry. Nothing to knock off. So Arcanine doing pretty well here.
And we have a scorching something. The eyes did not see the second word. So
Scorching Sands coming out.
Scorching Sands coming out. I believe I actually said that earlier. Toxic Spikes back on the field. They are back on the field. Arcanine used Scorching Sands. Drapion might be in a bit of trouble here. Super effective. Grass is healing. All right, Drapion holding on. Arcanine somehow still in this fight. He did get the Will-O-Wisp burn in, so there is some kind of incremental damage happening, taking place right there. Scorching Sands again. Let's see if this is enough.
Crazy how fast this Drapion has been. Compared to even Arcanine, known for its speed. Oh, Drapion switches out.
You see, I don't understand that withdraw. I mean, sometimes you just got to let them die. So out goes Machamp. Looks like the Incredible Hulk a little bit. I don't know if I want to say that, licensing.
Arcanine gets the burn from the Scorching Sand, but I'm sure Andrew will tell you his Machamp doesn't mind being burned. Andrew, down on the blue sideline, can you tell us why Machamp doesn't mind being burned?
Because he has guts.
He has
Man.
guts.
He likes being burned because then he does more damage. And damage is good. That's what Machamp's thing is. That's why he's a champ.
That's why he's the champ. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Arcanine going for the Heat Wave. Arcanine should outspeed this Machamp. I would be very surprised if it doesn't. Back to you all.
Yeah. Arcanine got the heat wave off first. No surprise there. Machamp with the facade. And that is enough for the knockout on Arcanine. Good night, Arcanine. And we still have some burn damage here on Machamp. Rillaboom coming back out. Revolving door for the red team.
This
Let's
will
see, I don't know.
keep taking that rock damage, though. This is one of
He's
their
just going to get
best
knocked out with the
team-match
elemental
options.
damage. Grass covered the field again, so we do have healing. The eyes did not see that move. Ryan, what move? Grassy
That's fine.
Glide. Let's see what that did. And it knocked him out. Machamp down. Good night, Hulk. Some HP restored there from the field. Back down again from the poison. And that has really been the story for the blue team success, is the lasting damage through just making the field treacherous. That will be the X factor in this matchup, I think, is the treacherousness of the field.
For sure. I agree with that, Ali. I think we see these teams one-for-oneing in their trades. And the team that has hazards up, as you said, that incremental damage is going to matter.
All right, let's see. We're going out here at the air. Blastoise, my OG favorite Pokemon. Fun fact about him, that is the Psyducks' first ever starter Pokemon, going back to 1999, dating myself a little bit there. Ryan, what starter did you go with?
OG?
Yeah, we're talking red
My
and blue here.
first ever game? Oh, man, I can remember that. I remember the first one I ever beat the Elite Four with.
There's only three options, bucko.
Was Venusaur. Was the first one I ever actually beat the full game with. Because I remember playing when I was like 7, and you know, I would get like stuck at the end or whatever because I was 7 and didn't actually know how to play. But the first time I ever beat the complete game and everything was I had Venusaur.
Oh, Venusaur. You must have gotten good grades in school. Most kids I knew who picked Venusaur did well. Blastoise was for the kids who struggled in math but did well in kickball. Blastoise back out, badly poisoned. The field is treacherous. Indeedee used Expanding Force and knocked out Blastoise. Good night, old friend.
Chris, how does the red team feel with that? Switching in Blastoise just to get it killed.
Well, I guess this wasn't a match of kickball, so we're gonna have to bring it back. There's a little bit of pressure on now, especially with the toxic spikes continuing to neem at us, but we have some tricks up our sleeve.
Well, you know what I always say, pressure is not real, but shark attacks are. So since we're not in the ocean, you still have a chance, my friend. And we have Urshifu out on the field. Let's see what he does. Ryan, does Urshifu count as a legendary Pokemon? Serious question from the boys. Oh, okay. So we have...
He is legendary.
So like the B team of legendaries.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right, so Urshifu did something. Knocked out Drapion.
With the U-turn.
With the U-turn. Ooh, nice and simple. I like it. And now he is going back to his party. And let's see who we get out. I'd go with the Zeraora. There we go. There we go. They're listening to the big duck. All right. I have no idea why I said I'd pick him. I'm just kind of sick of looking at Rillaboom. So now with Zeraora.
Not good for Aurora here. The blue team counters with Dugtrio.
Well, that's what happens when your choices get slim. So do the odds. So we have Dugtrio back out here. He's going to go with the close combat, I'd wager.
Seems like a good play, Ali. We all know with Dugtrio, if you're on the ground, you cannot escape. And oh!
He went with the E-Quake. E-Quake. Knocked him right out. One hit. And just like San Francisco, Zeraora is sensitive to an earthquake. Urshifu back out on the field. I think no. Rillaboom. He loves a Rillaboom. He loves him. Back out with Rillaboom. This guy will not go quietly into that good night. He just keeps getting spiked and poisoned. All right, Rillaboom once again making the field grassy. It's just like the World Cup. So let's see what he does. It's not looking good here for the red team. I'd go with the Wood Hammer. You know,
I
bop
think
them like
Red
that,
Team's got
that
to
game
like
at Chuck E.
their
Cheese.
Dynamax soon, Ali. This Rillaboom's almost dead, and it's their last Dynamax target.
Good call, Commish. We have not seen a single Dynamax. This has been very vanilla from that department. All right. Still no Dynamaxing? All right. You're going to withdraw the trio in DD. Hopefully Rillaboom is not in doo-doo. All right. We got the Psychic Surge going on in the field. It makes the field get weird, which I don't know what for the boys, what does got weird on the field mean? We have the hammer here. And
Like you ever walked on yellow? That's the field getting weird.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been out late a few nights. The field has gotten weird before, but I didn't know what it was like in the Pokemon Stadium. Thank you for that clarity, Lab Dog.
Rillaboom now down to only 24 HP.
And Cinderace going out. Fun fact about the Ducks, I hate Cinderace because of the smug look on his face. Always have, always will.
Cinderace is my personal favorite of the new starters. Poor Bunny gonna steal your girl. That's what
I don't like the Poke abs on him and the Poke abs and the Poke grin.
I'm going to throw it down to the blue sideline here, Ali. As they go for their Gigantamax, Andrew, is blue going for the kill here?
Oh, yeah. This is Cinderace's time to shine and just take the win.
Andrew, didn't you predict that Cinderace would clean this up?
Yes, I did. I just am clairvoyant, or whatever that word is.
He is Clorox, cleaning 99.9% of all germs and bacteria.
And Rillaboom finally dies. He is like the Return of the King Extended Edition.
Rillaboom this game.
Just when you think he's over, bam, extra scene. So we have Urshifu left in the party, and that is it. And somehow there's still a choice. Here we go, Urshifu. Let's get him. All right. Cinderace's G-Max form looks a lot like a Pac-Man thing. Fun fact about what my eyes see. And Urshifu chose a move that I didn't. Oh, Cinderace with a max airstream. It doesn't matter if the Ducks read it because that is good night. GG, blue team.
Blue team picks it up. 2 Pokemon remaining. Congrats to the blue.
Congrats. Good game to both parties. Good game to both parties. The field was just too treacherous at the end, I believe.
For sure, but an awesome game. First All-Star game ever. So congrats to all the Pokemon that got to participate. I hope all the coaches enjoyed seeing their All-Stars in play there. So very awesome. Let us know, comment down below who you think the All-Star MVP should be from either team. You could even pick Rillaboom because he got the most screen time out of that entire thing. So anyway.
He's like Leo DiCaprio. He's a leading man.
That's right. He was. And then he died at the end. So Titanic right there.
Love it.
All right. So we got a couple playoff matches to go over. Waiting on one. Minnesota and LA have yet to give their results, but we do have a few. So we'll start with the losers bracket first. We had the Sin City Squirtles taking on the Slateport City Sableyes, and Sin City picks up their first win all season, knocking the Sableyes out of the bottom bracket, out of the losers bracket, where you do well enough, you'll stay in the majors and get the #1 pick in next season's draft. So along the line for those teams, even though they're not vying for the championship. So good for the Squirtles to move on to the next round. Our other game in the bottom bracket was the mighty Psyducks taking on the Seattle Shiny Sylveons. And Ali, I'm going to let you just break down that match since you were a vital part of it.
So that match was an interesting one for me. I tried to go with Bill Belichick. And I tried to get Ian right before he was going into work out of a deep sleep, hoping he would be groggy and the Ducks would have a chance. The Ducks did not have a chance, and I would like to make an official statement right here. Spoiler alert, I lost. I am taking no accountability as the coach, and I am blaming it on the Pokemon. I'm actually going to start a petition against my Pokemon so people can vouch for me that I am not inadequate. I belong in the majors, and everything is my Pokemon's fault. They are losers.
So
Good game, Ian.
With that statement, Ollie, with that statement, calling out your quote-unquote star players, does that mean next season you will not be picking Gmax or Beetle?
No, I will be picking Gmax or Beetle. I don't blame him for the rest of them. Mainly, Gyarados is going to leave town. Mr. Rhyme and his Ice Pick Kane are going to leave town. I'm done with them all. My shiny Charizard, he's probably out. He's pretty useless. Top to bottom, you name him, I hate him.
You name him, I hate him. All right. Strong words from Ali. Ali, we'll have to see if your record and your results this season are enough to keep you in the majors. Still a little bit to shake out. We're not exactly sure how many teams from the majors are going to be returning, etc.
No, it's okay, Ryan. Send the Ducks down. We'll run it. I'm calling championship or bust if I'm in the minors next year.
All right, there you go.
I'll do 100 consecutive push-ups in boxer shorts if I lose.
Ooh, just boxer shorts?
You pick them, I'll wear them, bud.
All right, I'll buy you some boxer shorts. Sounds like a date. Anyway, so that was our bottom bracket. That means that next week we're going to have Barrow taking on the Seattle Shiny Sylveons, and we're going to have the Worcester Delibirds taking on the Sin City Squirtles. So I think those will be a couple good games. In the championship bracket, again, we're waiting on results for the Minnesota Nidokings and the LA Tinglers. Winner of that game gets to go up against your Boston Braviaries, the undefeated two-time reigning champ, the commissioner. Stack the deck. It's over, son. Anyway, I'm a little terrified of both of these teams. I didn't get to play against either of them this season, so I don't know what to expect just yet. And waiting to find out is the hardest part. The games that did get done, though, we had the Tuscaloosa Talonflames, number 7, Mr. Hashtag No Competition, Mr. Runner-Up last season, knocked out of the playoffs by this season's Cinderella story, the Charm City Charizards. Ali cheering a little bit there. So, Andrew, what do you think about Tuscaloosa being knocked out in the first round of the playoffs?
Who's Tuscaloosa?
Damn, harsh.
Who is Tuscaloosa? Who is he?
Harsh
Yeah,
words.
I didn't play against them.
Harsh words. I will say, I think that Tuscaloosa got fatigued halfway through the season. They forfeited a game. They weren't able to plan it, and you watch their early games, Ali, they swept you week 1. They took Denver, who was the number 2 seed, down to 1 Pokemon in week 2. I think at one point they were 4-1, and then they just slid down to 5-3 by the end of the season, including that forfeit loss. So I know that they've already been talking to me about being excited for doubles next season, so I hope that reinvigorates their passion. We will see them again in the majors, and let's hope that Hashtag No Competition makes a rebound. I think they're an exciting team to watch, but Charm City is also an exciting team to watch. Bring it back, winless in Season 2, makes it to the playoffs this season, and is moving on. They'll be playing the Denver Ninetales next week. And the other game we had was the Reno Weezings, the number 4 seed, taking on the Driftveil City Dragonbolts, number 5. And Reno edges it out with 2 Pokemon remaining. So make sure you check out that match in the channel. They got to wait to see who they play, because they'll have to wait to see who wins in the game between Boston and either Minnesota or LA. But that's the playoffs so far. We got next weekend, and then we got the championship weekend. So only 2 weeks left of Season 3. Very exciting. Then we'll take a month-long hiatus, let everyone enjoy the holidays before we start back up for Season 4. Back to doubles. Chris, are you excited to do some doubles?
Absolutely. There's some combinations I want to try out. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with Sword and Shield's PvP. However, I do understand typing, and I know I know status effects can play a huge part in determining your battles. So I think you guys might be a little surprised by some choices I make, and I'm excited to get out there and figure out what everybody else is going to do for sure.
Awesome. Status effects do mean a lot. The two-time can tell you he won off of 3 confusion hits in a row. So that's how we got the number 2 trophy, taking it from the clutches of Tuscaloosa. But Andrew, you got a match next week as well, going up against the Montreal Milotics, the number 3 seed. So any idea how you think that match will go? Do you feel confident? Let's just keep it at that.
I feel like it's going to be either team's going to have 2 Pokemon left at the end. So whoever wins is going to have 2 Pokemon left.
Oh, okay. A little bit of a prediction there. A somewhat close game is what you're saying.
Yep.
You got to watch out for his Urshifu, though. That's an MVP.
I have a wall for it.
Oh,
Damn.
Bob the Builder's got a wall for it already. I like it.
Damn. All right. I see you. Oh, I know his wall. That means you're bringing a 7th Pokemon, though. You can't do that.
I have other walls on my team that can wall
Yeah,
Urshifu.
but not the wall I'm thinking of.
I'm not gonna take out the bench. They need to get their rest. You know, they've been waiting the whole season to just not be used. It just I can't break that record. It's a record I want to keep. I got to the playoffs without using my bench. I have to keep it.
All right. We'll see how that works out for you. Again, Ali, unfortunately, you're out of the playoffs this season, but we'll be looking.
I'm not out of the playoffs. My Pokemon are out of the playoffs.
He fights on against nobody. Ali's just going to show up. I'm going to be like, okay, guys, my match is going to be this Friday night. He's going to show up to my house, punch me in the face, and be like, I'll win, sucker.
Yeah, I haven't lost. My Pokemon have. So that's how I'm taking it.
Guys,
I will
down
concede.
below, do you think it's the Pokemon or is it the coach? Like, is this basketball where it's mostly the players doing it, or is this football where the coach does a lot? Like, let me know down below.
Don't you dare betray me, viewers. I swear to God.
All right. Guys, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that All-Star game. Hope you're pumped for the playoffs. Make sure you watch our recording. Hopefully the LA-Minnesota one will be up there before this video comes out. And stay tuned for more Season 3 action with 5S. Thanks to all the coaches for joining us. And as always, stay classy, society.